Check 1, 2, 3, check 1, 2, 3, check 1, 2, 3, check 1, 2, 3, check 1, 2, 3. Good morning, everybody. What's shaking my bacons? Give everybody a few minutes to settle in. Morning, Adolfo. Morning, Nate. Good morning, YouTube. Our pleasure to have everybody here. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? All right, guys and gals. First thing we want to do is check our news. So we're going to go to tradingeconomics.com. We'll see what's going on today. This is something that we do every single day. Want to be cognizant of any news that's coming out, not have any orders going out. Good morning, Dr. Joe. So 10 o'clock, we got factory orders. Got some bond auctions. Nothing here that we really got to worry about. We'll keep an eye at 10 o'clock. Tomorrow, ISM is a pretty big number. That's something we definitely got to be aware of. What I'm looking for here, guys and girls, is anything that's in black or red. That's what can possibly move the markets. So I always want to check this first, not have any orders out in stocks or futures. Thursday, initial jobless claims. It's a pretty light week for all economic numbers. All right, let's talk about where we are. If you guys remember when we were here on Thursday night, going into the numbers on Friday, right? We had a very, very nice trade that set up for us on the daily chart. We are about 90% futures for those of you who are visiting with us today. Concentrating on the ESs, we trade a little oil, which you can see is in a beautiful downtrend already today. Yowza. This hit our moving averages to get into a trend up around 66.10. Where are we now? Yeah, 65.70 we got down to. So nice 40-cent move already off that trend. Keep an eye on that, see if it stays in the trend. So we'll trade a little oil. We'll trade some gold. We'll trade the MYM, the Dow futures also. Don't recommend the NQ. If you're going to trade the NQ, you got to have your stop orders really wide. All right, so I want to go to a daily chart of the ESs, guys and girls. Morning, everybody. I want to show you guys, and we were here when this was happening, actually. Let's go to Friday first. Let's see. Go to Friday. And here it was. This was it on Friday, right around 2 o'clock. And we were looking up here, right around this 63.60 level. And I'll show you guys why this was so important. This was Friday. Once we broke that 63.60 level, it was just off to the races on the downside. I'll show you why we pinpointed that level. If we go to our daily chart in the ESs, and it's changed a little bit, but we had our 30 EMA was right around 63.60, right here. So that's a fairly big support level on a daily chart. And as soon as we got below that, this 63, actually it was like 59, 63.59, boom, we went down almost 70 points from there. So on 9 EMA now is around 63.42, 63.50, 63.42 is the 15 EMA. So let's see where we are. So trading at 63.04. So we got a ways to go. You know, we need to recapture at least this 30 EMA back on the upside for us to get going a little bit here back. No, hopefully we haven't started a downtrend, but we'll see. Market got really extended short term. We were talking about that last week also. We just got a little extended short term, so we would do for some kind of little pullback. Let's see where we're at now. We were refilming our new futures course last night, and I left an order out up here on the 200 EMA, and I went to sleep. It actually paid off, but I woke up this morning, forgot about it. It cost me $80. All right, so we're at 63.03 right now. So I'm looking at my 5-minute chart, guys and girls. Okay. And my next resistance I have is up at 63.44. Now, everything we do, guys, is based on technical analysis. We don't make a trade unless our charts tell us to make a trade. We'll look at some stocks also in a couple minutes. So on a 5-minute chart, I have a gap up here up 44 points. And we'll share all the technical analysis that we use with you guys in a little bit. Because I have this huge gap, I'm going to go to a different time frame and see if I have something in between these two levels. So I'll go to a 15-minute chart. And look, lo and behold, right? On my 15-minute chart, I have my 200 EMA, which is the strongest of our moving averages. And I'll talk more about this as our morning goes on. So let me write that down, 63.26. So when this is going up, I'm looking for resistance points to possibly get short. We can see my 200 EMA on a 15-minute chart is 63.26. Let's go to a 30-minute. And on a 30-minute, we got something pretty damn close here, 63.07. I'll write it down. I don't like that because it's not far from where we're moving right now. Let's go to a 1-hour chart. Up at 63.37, 4-hour chart. We have 63.10. So we got a couple of things not far away from where we are right now. 63.07, 63.10. And then we got a gap up to 63.26. Double top from last night is around that 10 level. What we're looking for, guys and girls, private trading room. Just so everybody knows, I have a private trading room. We trade the markets together all day long, every single day. We post every single trade that we do live in real time. We tell you why we're doing it, stop orders, profit targets. And of course, everybody pushes their own buttons. Disclaimer, disclaimer, disclaimer. So, I mean, there's something right around 63.10, which is basically a double top. It's up, what, 7 points from here. Debatable whether we want to do that or not, but I'm certainly going to throw out for early that 63.26 level. Let's pop that out there just in case something silly happens. This is my interactive brokers trading account that you're all seeing. My balance is $26,300. So I will put any orders out for everybody who is trading with us. And I'll only trade the MESs, which is the mini contracts. So I highly suggest for anyone out there not to trade futures in your real trading account. I do only in the small ones just to show people exactly what we're doing. And I am using Apex for my futures accounts.
Hey, Dave.
What's up, Pete? Anyone who's trading futures, guys and girls, let me ask the people that are here. How many people who are here are actively trading futures? I know everybody in my trading room is. How about you two? Give me a 1 if you guys are actively trading futures in the chat. Pop it in there. Good morning, Elaine. Okay, Robert is. Ish is. Okay, a few of you. And I'm going to assume everybody else is either trading stocks or not trading at all. We got some options, okay. There we go. All right, so we got a bunch of people who are trading futures. Apex has an 80% off account right now. If you're going to open an account with Apex, use code WSGTA. It will get you the best sale that they have. Okay, MNQ is good. Stocks and options, good. We're going to talk about stocks in a few minutes. Good, 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 good. Do they have the 1-day pass also now? I think they still have that too in Apex, 1-day pass. So here is my accounts in Apex. I have how many? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 PA accounts. I hook a couple of them together. And I have one regular account that I just started last night. I'll show you this one. And overnight, I made $1,203 trading last night while we were filming our new course. We have a course at WSGTA.com. It talks about stocks. It talks about futures. It is 8 hours long. It comes with lifetime mentorship. We are in the process of filming a new course for futures only. We did about 3 hours last night. We probably have another 5 hours left. So this is going to be 8 hours. For those of you who already own the course in my live trading room, that will be replaced by the one we already have in there. And then we're going to make it a separate entity. We're going to put it at a really great price so everybody can afford it. It's going to come with lifetime mentorship. So you'll have a choice just to buy the futures portion of the course. So I'll put this order out, 63.26 up in Apex, in my Apex account. I always do 2 contracts when I'm trading futures. Okay, I am not a big trader, guys and girls. I do this to help as many people as we possibly can figure out how to do this. There are people who have 20 accounts and trade 10 contracts on each account. And if you make $100, you're making $2,000. I'm not opposed to that at all. There are people in my room that do have 10, 15, 20 accounts that they link together. So I don't have a problem with that if that's your preference. It has been very slow, guys and girls. Okay. It is summertime. That is the bottom line. We will not make a trade unless our technicals tell us to make a trade. So let's see what we like on the buy side down here now. We're at 63.03. 200 EMA is 62.94. That's down about 8 points. Our VWAP is 62.90. That's down 13 points. And then we got a bunch of stuff previous week close and stuff from last week. So let's put a little order out down at 62.90. I like that if we spike down 13 points. I'm always going to do 2 contracts. When we are trading the MESs or the ESs, okay, and everyone's going to be trading the ESs. When you trade the ES, it is the S&P 500 futures. It'll follow the SPY almost to the penny. So just be aware of what you're trading. When you're trading the ES, we are trading the SPYs. When you're trading the NQs, you are trading the NASDAQ 100. So when you're trading the NQs, you are trading Apple and NVIDIA, Amazon, Tesla, all those stocks. So just be aware of the instrument that you're trading when you're looking to make some trades. Let's look at oil, see if there's anything interesting here. All right, we're in this nice downtrend in oil. So we use, guys and girls, for everybody who is visiting with us, a 9 EMA, a 15 EMA, a 30 EMA, a 65 EMA, and a 200 EMA. These show us possible support and resistance levels. When something is down and going up, we're looking for levels to short it for a trade. When something is going down, we look for levels to buy it based on our technical analysis. So if we look at oil, I have a pivot point at 65.48, and then we have the previous day low at 65.05. We look for oil to move between 25 and 30 cents before we get into a trade. So our previous week low, guys, would be down 73 cents from here. So we'll put an order out. And again, I'll trade the mini contract, the MCL. So everything we do, guys and girls, is about if something happens, we're getting into a trade. So that's 65.05. We're out down there in oil. Okay, these orders will sit here until either they get executed or we cancel them. These are limit orders, so they won't get executed unless something gets down to one of those levels. Is the setup for other futures available in the archives? Oh, Lily, do you mean like oil and gold? We have a cheat sheet with every single one of the rules for trading the futures. Stop orders, profit targets. Okay, we have that. Scotty has it. He'll post it for you guys in the room so that you have that. It goes over every single rule. All right, let's look at some stocks now, guys and girls. So when I look for stocks, I have a watch list. Okay, this tells me the stocks that are moving the most by dollar amount and percentage amount. So first thing I notice, I have the COMM. It's up 75%. We'll go take a look at that, and then we'll get into the regular stocks that we trade. All right, ComSource Holdings Inc. Have no idea what this is. Don't really care if it sets up for a trade. We will look at it. Check the spread in the stock. It is 5 cents, so that's good. Beautiful. Felix is trading the MNQ futures. Excellent. All right, we'll keep a little eye on this, see if it sets up for some kind of trend. Now, in our course, guys and girls, we have built-in watch lists. Everybody can see on the left side here, these are watch lists that actually look for some of our trading setups. So we have a far from moving average trade when something gets really stretched out, either to the upside or the downside. We have things that are approaching our 200 EMA to the upside. Then we have downtrends and we have uptrends. So I like to look at these early in the day. Let's look at the AMD, right? So if we look at AMD, nice uptrend. We'll see if that holds for the rest of the day. This is something that we will keep our eyes on as the day goes by, see if it sets up for a trend trade. Coin is up $5, but kind of sloppy. Not much to see there. Some of the stocks that we trade every single day when we're trading stocks, Tesla, NVIDIA, AMD. So Tesla, what are we doing for the day so far here? Tesla is up. Let me get my quote details here. Tesla's up $7 right now. So we'll keep a little eye on Tesla today. Again, we'll look for a trend trade. Maybe we get a pullback to one of our regular moving average trades. Let's look for resistance, right? So I'm looking for resistance in Tesla. We're trading at 309. I have a pivot point up here at 314. Okay, we use pivot points to show us support and resistance also. So let's put a little marker up at 314. Now, when I say a marker, guys and girls, I put out like one share. I just want to know if it gets to that level, and then we can decide whether we want to make a trade or not. The reason we only put markers out is because if it goes to 314 and then spikes up 10 points through that, I have one share. If we get up to that level and the short is setting up, then we'll go into it with our 100 shares or whatever your share size is. When we're trading the futures, it's always going to be two contracts, no matter what. And the reason we're doing two contracts because we want to take some profit very quickly on our first trade and then see how much more we can get out of the trade. We have a stop order on every single, yeah, I'll look at Hood and SoFi for you, Steph. We have a stop order on every single trade that we do. Our stop order in ES, we risk no more than 4 points. And when we get into a trade, basically we're scalping. We look to make between 2 and 5 points on every single trade that we do, unless we can find one of those trend trades where we can just stay in it for 20, 30, 40 points. So we have an order out down 10 points. What we're looking for when we get into the ESs is for it to move at least 10 points and hit one of our moving averages or a pivot point, or in this case, our VWAP. If this were to spike down 10 points, we can expect, based on our technical analysis, a 2 to 5 point bounce off there. So if I'm doing two contracts and I average 3 points on the trade, I'm making $300 on that trade. You can do 10 contracts, whatever you're comfortable with. We look to make a few trades during the day, whatever sets up. Sometimes we have a bunch of trades, sometimes we don't. It has been summertime. It has been extremely slow trading. I think for this month, I think for last week, we were around 90%. We journal every single trade that we do, so we know what our hit rate is. Okay, it's a little work trying to figure out how to do this. Like I said, our course is like 7 hours long at this point. And the futures is a huge part of it. So let's look at oil, guys and girls. So when I'm looking to get into a trend trade, I'm looking for it to hit my 9 and my 15 EMA. Those are the weakest of our moving averages. But when something is in a trend, they will work and it will not get above that. So check this out. Look at oil. It hit our 9 and 15 EMA this morning at about 66.60. This is your trend trade. You get in small on the 9, a little bit bigger on the 15, and you stay in this trade until the trend breaks. This is now down $1 from those moving averages, guys. $1, okay? So that is a huge move in oil. And as you can see, it has never broken this morning trend. And every time you would have shorted it on this trend line, you would have done nothing but make money, right? So at this point, again, we're looking at a place to possibly buy it. and we have a pivot point at around 63.48. You might get a 5 to 10 cent bounce off that. It's down 16 cents from here. But here's where I would really like it if we get down to our previous week low, because that would be another 60 cents from here. In oil, I'll have a 10-cent stop. That's it. So if I'm doing the small contracts, 10-cent stop, and I look to make between 10 and 20 cents on a bounce if it hits those levels. And I'll go over all the rules for every single trade that we do once the market's open and things start to bop around a little bit. Let's take a look at Hood. Hood has been nothing but good. All right. Take a look at a weekly and take a look at a monthly chart on Hood. I mean, just incredible. All right. The moment that we busted above this 200 EMA down around $30 on a monthly chart, it is off to the races. Is it extended? You bet it is. We have over an 80 RSI, and we have had that on a monthly chart for, I don't know, almost a month now. This has been overextended, right? We had a high of 113.99. We pulled back to recently. Let's check out the daily. Okay, daily, we've had a little pullback like everything else has, right? We actually tickled our 30 EMA on Friday down at $95. It was like $95.70. Bounced above that now. And we're right back up to, where are we? Right back up to 100. So if we look at it, and by the way, guys, I'm talking about short term, Steph. I don't care about what these stocks are doing long term. I mean, I have a bunch of long term holdings, but we are day traders. Okay. We are day traders in this room. We're looking to make small amounts of money that add up to bigger amounts at the end of the day, the end of the week, the end of the month, and the end of the year. We do have losing trades. Anyone who tells you they don't have losing trades is just lying to you, right? How you handle your losing trades is the most important thing. Okay. So for today, we're hanging around 100. Previous day close is down around 99. We have a pivot point at 99. We have some resistance up at 102.30. So from a trading aspect, if I was looking at this right now, I'd be interested in maybe buying a little at 99 and shorting a little up on my pivot point at 102.30 for a trade. When we're trading stocks, guys and girls, and it's very early in the morning and things have no volume or anything though, I'm going to look at the ATR when I'm trading stocks to figure out both my profit target and my stop loss. Usually Hood is about $1, the ATR. What the ATR is, for those of you who don't know, and by the way, guys and girls, we are trying to teach you how to trade here. Okay? That's what we do at Wall Street Global Trading Academy. We are not a signal service. Right? I don't believe in that. If anyone has one that actually works, please let me know, and I want to go all in. Okay? We're not someone who says, buy Hood if it gets above 100 and short if it gets below 99. That is not teaching anybody anything. We try to teach you how to do this, and it just takes some time to learn how to do it, right? So from a trading aspect, I would short a little up at this 102.39 for a trade. I would buy some down at maybe 99 for a trade. How we figure out our profit and stop losses is based on this ATR. And again, usually Hood is around $1 ATR. So if I get into a trade in Hood, my expectation should be to make between 50 cents and $1. And my stop order should be no more than $1. So if I could short this up at 10, let's just call it 103 to make it an easy number. I will look to cover that between 102.50 and 102. Make 50 cents and $1 on a trade. I will not risk more than $1 on that trade. So any stocks that we're looking at to trade, okay, we're going to go by the ATR to set up our profit target, and stop loss. We are going to have a stop loss on every single trade that we do. If you're not using stop losses, it is a recipe for disaster. Okay. All right. So we're going to keep our eyes on oil. Still in a beautiful downtrend. See if you get a little bounce off the pivot point. Might work for a few cents trade. I'd like to see it get a little more stretched out than that. Futures, we're down on our VWAP for now. And we're up at 63.26. The beautiful thing about what we do, guys and girls, and once you learn how to trade, is I can change my orders at any moment. If I decide I don't like it, if it comes too close to the opening, if there's a news event coming out, We are always going to be ultra conservative. Okay. I don't know, anyone in the trading room keep track of our how many trades we did last week and what our hit rate was? And what I'm talking about, guys and girls, and every person in my trading room keeps a journal of every trade that they do so that they can know what their hit rate is. Where is their success at? And we journal every single trade that we do so that we know what our hit rate is. And we know how many trades out of 100 or 200 that we're profitable on. And I can tell you, I think for the year or around between 75 and 80%. But that entails being extremely patient, extremely disciplined, and just waiting for things to set up based on your technical analysis. I don't have the holy grail, guys and girls. Nobody does, okay? We use what we use because it works for us. You are going to see a crap load of influencers and people who are posting these gigantic numbers that they're making. Trust me, they are in the 1% of the 1% if they're even telling the truth about what they're doing. That's the bottom line. This is about patience, about discipline, and it's about using your technical analysis to try to put the odds of your favor in every single trade that we do. SoFi is another one. SoFi has been a long-term holding of mine. We were actually involved in this IPO, I think around $8. Another beautiful looking chart. Earnings have been fantastic. You know, I'd love to see if we can get on a weekly chart to pull back to like this $19 level to get involved. Again, not a great stock for day trading. This has a very small ATR. You know, during the day, this doesn't trade in more than a 50 or 60 cent range. So it's not something that we're going to concentrate on as far as day trading is concerned. We want things that move, right? The more volatility we get, the better it is for trading. Gold, we can see. So just an example, right? We were watching gold, 34.24. It pulled down $10. Okay. And I'm usually looking for at least a $10 move in gold before I get involved. Hit a support level down on our 65 EMA and gave us a nice 3 to 5 point bounce. So in gold, the next place I would be interested is down on my 200 EMA, down around 334.07. Okay. So again, let's go to gold. And we'll put a little order out down at 34.07. We'll let that order sit there. If we get hit, we have our stop order and our profit target above that. Trading room, anybody have any questions about anything? YouTube, you guys have any questions about anything? Technical analysis, things that we're looking at, futures, stocks. Just going to see if we can find a few more stocks, and then we'll take our peanut butter coffee break. And we're going to trade the markets live with you guys, okay? We'll hang out probably from 9:30 for at least an hour. See if we get any trading setups. We'll walk you through exactly what we're doing. If you guys in YouTube see anything, any stocks that you want to look at, please post them in there. If you see any trades that you think you see setting up, post them in there, okay? We will look at everything. That's how we learn, right? I have 60 or 70 people in my private trading room. My private trading room is that. It is extremely private. We do not solicit people to come in there. We hang out. We are a family. We love each other. Everybody helps each other. It is spectacular. I have people in my trading room who are Fibonacci experts, coders, just some people that work with me that are absolutely incredible. Are you expecting more downsides in the market or go back to all-time highs? That's a great question, Stefano. And again, what we were looking at was purely technical. Now, people use, and again, people said we were down because of the unemployment numbers that came out. Yes, that's true. But for me, it's technical, okay? And when we break a level in the spiders, and we broke the 628 level, right? When we break it, and it's the first time we broke our trend going all the way back until May. We haven't broken this trend since May. So once we got below my 15 EMA, right around 620, and it tells us, guys and girls, by the way, and I'll look at Palantir in a minute. I think Palantir earnings are tonight or tomorrow, right? We'll take a look at that. When anybody purchases our course, we get your chart set up to look exactly like ours, so we all have the same technical analysis. But when we broke this for the first time, that's telling me there's more downside coming, right? Downside coming. And our 30 EMA is 622. Okay, where did we hit? Check this out. So check this out, guys and girls. This was spectacular, okay? My 30 EMA on a daily chart was right around 622. You want to see what we hit on Friday? Check this out. Here it is. On Friday, we made a low of about 619. Once we got back to that 622 level, and by the way, this was a beautiful fall from moving average trade. Once we got back to that 622 level, which is again above our little support level, it's given us 6 points off that. And we're kind of sitting at 625 now. So let's look at a little longer term view of this. See where we're at. Okay, so let's go back to our daily chart. And I know there's a little lag, so I'm taking my time with this. Let it pop up. All right. So now this has broken our uptrend, and our resistance now is going to be my 15 EMA at 629. So let's just say we was to spike up to this 629 now. I would be looking to short that because this could be starting into a downtrend now. We really have nothing in between where we are, 625 and 629. For us to start getting back to all-time highs, I'm getting to your question now, Stefano, we would have to get back above our trend line, which is about 630.50. So we would have to get back above this trend line to reverse this little downtrend that we're in right now, okay? To reverse this little downtrend that we're in right now. Yeah, Claudio, if you didn't download all the rules that Scotty just posted, that will make it very clear for you, okay? And if you need us to download it again, we will do that for you. We have a cheat sheet, guys and girls, for both stocks and futures that go over every single trade that we do, our entries, our exits, our stop orders, and our profit targets. That is part of what we do at Wall Street Global Trading Academy. So we got a little work to do to get back above our highs, okay? Palantir, let's look at Palantir. A lot of people have gone broke trying to pick the top in Palantir. I can tell you that right now. So let's go to our daily chart. Again, okay, so stretched out, stretched out, stretched out. Our 15 EMA was about 153. Actually, Friday we got down to 151, right? Earnings are 8-4. Earnings are tonight, guys and girls. Yowza. So earnings in Palantir are tonight. Okay, if we go to a weekly chart, I'll give you a quick earnings lesson now too. Extremely stretched out, right? Our closest moving average is down 20 points from here. I mean, the stock has been spectacular. So let's look for earnings tonight, okay? And maybe I'll look at some options or something later in the day. But check this out. When I want to see what the expected move is in a stock going into futures, I put up trade. And by the way, guys, this is Think or Swim. I highly recommend either Think or Swim or TradingView for charting. They are by far the best charting services, and everybody in my room is using one or the other. So we're looking at the same technical analysis, okay? And I'm going to hit trade here. And if we look at Palantir, PLTR, the expected move on the earnings tonight is $16. 16 bucks. That means, it doesn't mean it's exactly going to move $16, but up or down, the expected move is about $16 in that stock. So when I look at the earnings later on tonight, I'm going to look for support and resistance either up around $16 or down around $16. Now, we have seen stocks that have a $16 expected move 30, 40, or $50. So it doesn't mean it's going to move exactly to that $16, okay? So what I'll look for some support. My first support is around 147. I'll write that down for tonight. And this is a daily chart. My second support is around 135. Okay, $16 expected move, 135 would be about a $19 move. So when I'm looking at this later tonight, and we can look at options, I could look to buy a 135 put, right? They'll be all jacked up tonight. They're going to be very expensive because the earnings are coming out. I would look if we got down to this 135 level tonight to start a little buy. All right, let's go to the weekly chart. Okay, weekly, we got 142 and 133. So I write all those levels down. If any of them make sense, I will look to make a trade later on tonight. but the stock has been spectacular. I'm a student from WSG. My students, how can I use the momentum trade in ES? Okay. Are you in the trading room? Ronaldo. All right. Let's go back here. The way we use a momentum trade for everybody is when something hits a certain level a few times. And if we go back to last night and we look at the ESs, how many times we hit this 200 EMA? Tested. So what we're looking for a momentum trade, Julian, is when it finally gets above that 200 EMA, I want to get on the same side of the trade, get long if it's breaking above, and take my 2 to 5 points out of the trade. So we're looking for something that hits a level a few times, finally breaks through. Okay, if we look here, we hit our 65 EMA. We hit our 65 EMA. We broke through it at around 62.95, and it quickly went down 15 points from there. So when I'm looking at a momentum trade, I want it to hit the same level a few times and then break through. If it breaks through going down, I want to get short. If it breaks through going up, I want to get long. Okay, Julian? And by the way, Julian, come on Thursday nights, right? You're a member of the course. Come on Thursday nights and bring these questions, okay? And it's all in the course. Yeah, let's look at the QQQs. Going to be similar, right? It finally broke down a little bit on the daily chart. Same exact thing if we look at this, guys, right? We hit the 30 EMA, which was around 553, okay? We recaptured that 553. So if you look at this, look how beautiful this support was on the daily chart. I mean, we came down and almost exactly hit the 30 EMA. Boom. And very nice that we held that level and didn't go lower because our next support was down around 536. So we hit this level almost to the penny. We went a little bit below it. And that was around I'm trying to see what it was. 30 EMA, 553. So, if you got long at 553, thinking we're going to hold that level, you wake up this morning and we're at 558. Same thing as the spiders. On a daily chart now, we got to regain these trend lines, which is up around 562, 563. To start going back towards all-time highs again. We got to recapture those trend lines. So look, we had a bad unemployment number. It was an excuse for people to take profits. That's the bottom line, okay? Now we're starting to build back up to the upside a little bit. There's like a 75% chance that we're going to cut rates in September and November and December. They're still looking at 3 rate cuts. It's over a 50% chance we're going to still get 3 rate cuts the rest of this year, which will absolutely help the markets. Okay. Yeah, include the 30 EMA, and if something moves far enough to hit that, we will use that to do a regular moving average trade too. Okay. The pivot point line, the TP of the line for a trade, only support and resistance. Yes, Philippe. We use our pivot points to show us support and resistance if something has moved 10 points to get to that level. Yes, sir. All right, so let's go around the horn again, see if anything is setting up for us, see if we want to change some of our orders. United Health. Yeah, that has not been a pretty picture, right? Yowza. They have all sorts of problems, guys and girls. So this is kind of something that I would avoid, me personally, because you don't know what the hell is going on with this thing, Liz. I mean, technically speaking, okay, if we are down from here and we can get this RSI below 20 on a daily chart, I will buy some options. If you look what happened back here, guys and girls, we spiked below a 20 RSI. We got down to as low as 248. And then we had a huge rally up of 70 points from there. So I would look, and again, we don't give trading advice. We don't tell anybody what to do. If we can get another couple of days down and get this RSI down around 20, I will start buying some options, right? I mean, the RSI is 24 right now. Traded as low as 234 on Friday. Where are we now? Yeah, we bounced like $5. So if we get this thing into the 220s, it's hard to say long-term, Liz, because of what's going on with this company. You know what I mean? If I am a long-term investor in this, I am selling upside calls against this every single day, all day long, to protect my downside position. Okay? 100%. And that's options, guys and girls. We also have a guy who is unbelievable with options. So you got a little bounce. Now look at this little bounce we got in oil. Hit the 9, hit the 15, turn down again. All right, let's go over our orders. See if we still like to leave these things out where we are. Okay, oil. See, we're okay leaving oil down at 65.05. Our futures, let's take a look. And again, guys and girls, it has been extremely slow. So we take it easy. Let's see, we're at 99. We're going to go a little more conservative on the opening in our MESs. We'll go down to our pivot point. That is a 13-point move. Okay. Everybody in the room, everybody in YouTube, understanding why I'm putting this order out there, that is my VWAP. It is 62.87. We would be down 12 points to hit that. Be likey. Boom. Out, see if we get down there. Tesla, any problem, any chance we get to 314? Maybe we'll leave a little order out there. I don't see much else going on, guys and girls. Anybody in the room see anything that we're looking at? Again, it's going to be quiet. It is a summer Monday. A lot of people are on vacation. So we'll see what the cat drags in. All right, YouTube, any questions? Room, any questions? It's peanut butter coffee time. So we're going to grab a little coffee, come back, get ready to rock and roll on the opening. All right, we'll be back in a few minutes.
Hi, guys. What's up, everybody? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Am I able to talk? Can people hear me? Scotty, Lolita, how's everybody doing? What's up? Can you hear me?
Clearly, we can hear you.
Oh, awesome. Okay, then if it's okay, where's Dave? Is Dave here?
It's peanut butter coffee time.
Okay, I'm gonna go then. Sorry. I'm gonna give you a little breakdown of what the market's doing. So here on the floor, guys, as you know, I am. It is 9:15. We're 15 minutes away from the open. The S&P 500 is up 36 handles. Okay, and why is that the case? Good morning, Johnny. So, look, over the week, obviously last week we got a number of deals done. We settled the Japan deal, we settled the EU deal, and so there are a number of these tariff deals that are in the works and done, and that's a big deal. Okay, and obviously we've had really good earnings. 81% of the S&P has announced earnings, and 81% of them have been, 81% didn't. 81% of the earnings that have been released are better than expected. And they've also been able to give guidance, which is a big deal. Last quarter, one of the biggest drawdowns on the market was the fact that we had earnings that were reasonable, but because of the tariffs, there were so many unknowns of the cost of goods sold coming out of China, coming out of LA port, that we did not have any certainty. And that's why the companies like United Airlines, like even JP Morgan, right? Ford, GM, they were not able to give guidance at all. And that caused so much uncertainty. That was that big drawdown we saw from February 19th until April 19th. But right now we've got super solid earnings, 81% beat. All of them have reasonable guidance. That's a good thing. We've got deals being done while we were all focused on whatever was happening in the Middle East. The backdoor diplomacy that was happening in the White House, actually, they were getting the job done, right? Deal, done, done, done. We got Lutnick and Bessent were making deals. So that's a big thing. That's the only thing really between us and this market really kind of going skyrocketing. And that's the point. So super solid earnings, that's a good thing. You know, what we're also seeing, though, if you noticed last week's Amazon earnings and revs were good. However, the stock's reaction was not. And even though you saw Microsoft blow out earnings, Apple blow out earnings, Tesla blow out earnings, what Amazon made clear to everyone was they are absorbing a lot of the cost of the tariffs. And that is, see, people need to understand tariffs are just a tax, right? And some companies are willing to absorb the tax and not pass it on to the consumer. Some companies are going to just pass it on to the consumer. Some of the bigger names are going to do that. Amazon said they are not willing to do that. They are going to absorb the cost. And that's why the market's response to even good earnings and revenues was a negative one in Amazon, if you noticed that. Now, David always talks about the fact that the follow-through days after the Fed are the days where the market really tells you what it thinks of the information. Let's go back to Wednesday. The Federal Reserve did not cut on Wednesday. They did not even give us any guidance going forward on what we were going to look as a cut on in September. However, what ended up happening on Friday with the big deal, because the jobs number came out super disappointing. They were actually readjusting three jobs numbers in the past, and each one of them, we were looking at 147,000 jobs. We only got 47,000. So the jobs number was really disappointing. We also had unemployment tick up from 4.1 to 4.2. That may not seem like a lot to you all because it's a tenth of a point, but it's actually a big deal. And so all of those things contributed to why is the market up today? Because at the end of the day, all that negative economic data that came out on Friday is pointing towards also what ended up happening on Wednesday for the first time since 1993 was dissent amongst the Fed governors. So everybody needs to understand when they have these meetings, both Fed governors and they decide what they're going to do, right? This time, 10 of them went along with Powell, and 2 of them dissented. We have not seen that, meaning that they did not agree, that they felt we should have cut interest rates. And that was the first time that there were 2 dissenters since 1993. That's a big deal. That's 20, 30 years of never having that kind of a discord amongst the governors. So all that stuff, the jobless numbers, the unemployment, and the dissension is pointing towards probably a bunch more pressure on Mr. Powell to cut rates in September. That's why we're up today, because we know that the market is looking forward to a cut, right? Historically, when we up in 2024, whenever there was a cut in interest rates, the market's like pouring gas on the fire, and the market responds in a favorable way. So what ended up happening is why we're seeing the wonderful positive follow through. I mean, we're up to 5 handles. That's a reasonable thing. We're not down, right? It's a function of the Fed. We are pointing towards probably a September cut, probably 2 cuts by the end of the year. And that is sort of that. A lot of people who are in favor of that think that's a good thing. Mr. Trump continues to push for lower rates. Yeah, I mean, that's the bottom line here. So these are all good things. That's pushing the market higher right now. And that's what's going on. Look, at the end of the day, we don't care whether the market goes up or down. We don't care about all that stuff. However, if you're seeing like a nice trend, right? David's most profitable trends trading the futures is the trend trade. And so we love that. We love when the market, opens in the bottom left and goes all the way up to the top right. I mean, these are some of the better trades. But anyway, I hope you guys are happy to come on with David we're going to be doing more of the YouTube in the morning. I know that all these new young traders who come in, or old traders who come in, are wondering, what do I do? When I sit down at my desk in the morning, what am I looking for? Right? I mean, watch list when you're trading futures. We used to when we traded equities, but at the end of the day, you need to set up your charts right. If you guys want open up a futures account, please go to Apex, use code WSGTA, right? You'll get the best discount they offer. If you want to WSGTA.com, right, where David in the cat, right? So this is the one stop you to be with David on the watching the trade the market on YouTube. You get a relationship with a trader. Here, I got cut off. Did you get to hear me? Give me a 1. Yes, good. All right, guys. All right, we got a couple minutes till market opens. Let's see what's going on here. What did you all say? Let's see. Alive, so I'm like down in the bowels of it. Okay, so I said most of the stuff I wanted to say. So right now we're looking at, up 35 handles on the S&P, and we're looking at positive news. I basically was saying that the reaction to today is that follow-through day after the Fed. A lot of negative economic data that came in on Friday is sort of pushing towards a Fed cut in September and maybe one more in October and November. And so 2 cuts into the end of the year. I think the market's going to respond favorably to that. It'll stop the arguments between Jay Powell and the president. And so these are positive things for the market. Anyway, I got to go upstairs again if everyone's cool. I'm sure there he is. Dave, you going to pick it up, baby?
Absolutely. We are
Awesome.
ready to rock and roll.
I just gave him a little wrap. Good stuff. All right, Davey, I'm going to go trade the OPEC.
May the force be with you.
Cheers,
all right,
buddy.
ladies and gents. Let's get ready to rock and roll, or lack thereof. Let's go over our stuff again that we have out. Nothing in oil. Futures are dead. Little in Tesla. Anybody in the trading room seeing anything else anywhere? Stocks, futures. Guys, I posted my email for you YouTubers. Okay. Put send me an email and you guys can come hang out with us for the rest of this week in the live trading room. All right. Yeah, send me an email. And you guys can come hang out with me in the live trading room for the rest of this week. Boom, chakalaka laka. NQs look good. I mean, they're in a nice little uptrend now. We don't have much on the upside here. You know, what you can look at in the MQs maybe is we get a breakout above like 64. What is this? 23.0. What's the high here? 86. You know, if you can get a breakout above this 86, maybe you can get some momentum going to the upside. Bump, 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 bump. Hit the 200 EMA on a 4-hour. Let's take a look. Well, my 4-hour, I see us hitting the 9 EMA. Oh, you mean on the downside? Yeah, check that out, guys and girls. Look at what Joe just posted. You got it, Nick. Yeah, as soon as we finish on here, I'll send you guys the link to the room. That was beautiful. Last night, I traded the ES, and I'm up $2,000 using the Dave Green ATM. It works. There you go, Henry. Very nice. Yeah, see if you can get a little breakout here in the NQs. Also, guys and girls, anyone who's going to open an account with Apex, use WSGTA. It'll give you the best sale. We do not get any money from that, just so you guys know. But that'll give you the best available sale. I think it's 33 bucks for an account now and 1 day qualifying. I'm trying to buy a limit and sell a limit on ES. Like, what platform are you on, Philip? Because you got to mark OCO, right? Don't we have to mark OCO on Ninja, guys? When you're trying to do both sides of the trade. Morning, Damien. Good eyes, Joe, on that one. Guys, if you want to check out our course, become part of the family, that's where you go for that. Boom, chaka-laka-laka. Philip, we'll get you in chart properties. Keep selected the ATM strategy. Should be checked. Control Z for OCO. There you go. All right, everybody take a chill pill. There's not much going on. I'm going to fill up my coffee. I'll be back in 1 minute. What up, Ed? By the way, guys and girls, unless you are here by special invite in the trading room, only room members should be here this week, period. If you are not a paying room member, you should not be here this week. I'll be going over the list in a little bit. All right, just filling my coffee, back in 1 minute. Take a chill pill. Nice, let's get ready to rock and roll. We built this city. Built this city on rock and roll. Built this city. Built this city on rock and roll. Bump, 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 bump. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, we'll look at Palantir after the market opens. Do you remember? So there's your breakout in the NQs, guys. Boom. Above 81, you just took 10 points out of it so far. You can have a break-even stop. So this is a beautiful momentum trade we were just talking about. Okay, we got over to 82. Gave you 10 points real quick to 92. You can have a break-even stop now. See how much more you can get out of the trade. Anyone grab that little Momo? That was beautiful. 20 points now. 25 points. Boom. Boom, chaka-laka-laka. That is a momentum trade, guys and girls. Perfecto. Gold's up. Future's up. Weird. Now, I don't think I tried a double top right out of the gate. What is it, like 10? Joe, you got that momentum trade? 40 points. There you go. Took the ES. Beautiful. Same thing in the ES, right? Over 63.05. Just gave you 4 points out of it. That is a day maker, guys and girls, right out of the gate. Boom, chaka-laka-laka. Gorgi. Bum, 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 bum. Later, Gator. All right. Let's come up on our bid to our 200 EMA, 62.95. That would be down 10 points. Bum, 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 bum. We like it. Getting a little stretchy poo-pooed here. Anyone have a fib or anything on the upside that we might want to look at? 16, Arlene, you have a fib? Beautiful. Let's do it. Love it. 63, 16, 50, guys. We do a lot of trades with Fibonacci's. We teach you how to do that also, guys and girls. Okay, 1650 will cancel the 26. And then we got 2150 above that. Cool beans. Well, now it's just all about patience and discipline, guys and girls. We are a little stretched out here. See if we can stretch out a little more. You know, you're done trading for the day if you caught that NQ trade. Bottom line. Boom, chaka-laka-laka. So we're offering a little at 1650, guys. That is a Fibonacci. We'll have a 4-point stop. Look to make between 2 and 5 points if we get a pullback. We're approaching an 80 RSI also, so we're getting a little stretched up here. And we want it to go there as fast as possible. Faster the better. For a little trade ski, wade ski. Music on the radio. Do you remember? Let's see if we can get it on this pop-up. Bump, 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 bump. Yeah, how close do we come? We got the 15.25. So now we wait. What do we got? 21, guys and girls? Pop that out. just in case. And let's raise our bid. See if we would have got to that 1650 real fast, we would have got a nice little trade out of it. Now we wait. Be patient. I bet you it still works for a quick point or two. Let's see what happens. We built this city. See, now when something comes close to one of our levels, guys and girls, but doesn't hit, we're going to cancel and wait for a different level. So we like 21. That is another fib. See if we can spike up there fast. Yeah, the RSI is getting stretched. No question about it. Well, let's see if we can get to the 21. 21 is kind of going to give us a fall from moving average trade too. Faster the better. Let's see if we get it on this pop, guys and girls. Built this city. Come on. See if we get it now. Again, we'll have a 4-point stop. Look to make between 2 and 5 points. Did we just miss it, guys and girls? It got to 2050, guys. We missed it by a half a tick. And we already pulled back 2.5 points. Gosh darn it. So that was our trade, guys. There's a 2-point, 3-point. All right, we got to wait. You stink on ice. We have another fib up at 23.75. Let's go there. 63.23. All right, let's get our bids out. We definitely want to get long on a pullback. So 07, guys. 07. We can look at that. Yeah, let's try it. Give me a minute. Let's get our 07 out on the buy side. So what we're looking at, guys and girls, is we have an 80 RSI now on our 5-minute chart. Okay. We'll definitely short it up at 23.75, but we can look for, I'd like to see it make a new high. Then we can look for a little red bar on the 1 minute, but let's see if we spike up to our 23.75. That would be both a fall from moving average trade. Be nice and stretched out up there. No red bar on the 1 minute yet. So what we're looking at, guys and girls, is we're really stretched out now to the upside. So hopefully we can stretch up to our 23.75 before we get a red bar. Let's see. Here we go. Come on. Yeah, we are getting stretchy poo-pooed now. Pum, 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 pum. 27 is another fib. All right, let's give the 23.75 another minute. Pum, 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 pum. You stink on ice. Want, want, want. How high do we get there, guys? 22.50. So we missed 2 trades that would have paid us very nicely already. Let's come up on our bid. Yeah, we're good. 07. I'm going to leave the 23.75 for another minute. Anything going on stock-wise, guys and girls? Oil? Dead. Gold? Dead. Spies? Yeah, we got that 538 and change. 627.80, I would short a little, shorten a little SPY if we get up there for a little trade. 627.80. What's on next fib, guys? 27. Okay. We built this city. Oh man, that would have been so nice up there, guys. Son of a beeswax. Trim from what? Oh, you got the far from moving average trade. There it is. Boom. So this is what we're looking at, guys. We could have got in right around, let's go to the ESs. Really overbought, right around 21. And it gave you a quick 2 points. Actually, it gave you a quick 2 and 3 points. That is your far from moving average trade. Beautiful. Market's very strong, though. It was good for a quick trade. So for our YouTubers, okay, when we get really stretched out over an 80 RSI on a 5-minute chart, we go to the 1 minute, and everybody got in about 21, 20.75 and took a quick 2 to 3, 4 points out of the trade. Yeah, the market's very strong. Not much of a pullback here yet. Let's come up to 09 on our bid. Okay, we'll try to get in this early trend if we get a pullback. Wouldn't be surprised if we get a little more of a pullback here. Let's see. I mean, I hope we do so we can get involved on the long side. 5 points for the far from moving average trade. Nice. A very nice, a spicy meatball.
Yeah, the market is incredibly strong, Dave.
That it is. What's Tesla doing? Nothing. Let's get rid of that. TQQQ. Trend trade. Okay, this is the NASDAQ, guys and girls. Setting up for a nice trend trade. Now, the ATR is 16 cents in this. So this is what I was talking about, guys and girls. This is not something we would even ever trade. I'm going to look to make 20 cents out of it. Do we still like 23.75, guys, for a trade? I don't think we do anymore, right? We got to 22.50. Now, let's wait. Yep, I think 27, right? Yeah. Let's do that. I like that. 63.27. Chakalaka. So we have another Fibonacci for our YouTubers up at 63.27. Again, we got like an 85 RSI now. 200 EMA on the 15-minute is 25. Ooh, look at that. Yeah, I mean, maybe you start a tiny little bit at 25 for a trade, add at 27 for the far from moving average. Let's see if we can spike up to the old 27er.
How you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing? Incredibly strong, guys and girls. Let's see if we get 27 on this pop-up. I usually try to stick to the MESs early in the morning. A lot less risk. If you did 25, take your point. That was the 15-minute 200 EMA. There's 2 points. So let me show you guys that one. Okay, I think it paid a quick point in 2. So we had a 15-minute 200 EMA at exactly 25. I'm telling you, this market is incredibly strong right now. There's just no backing down. So I would stop looking for the fall from moving average trade now, guys and girls. I don't use 2-minute charts. Let's just use our Fibonacci's to get into trades here. If they set up.
So that was just so. Yeah. Where is she? She went into the Kramer's.
25 to 23.50. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see if we get 27 on this bopper. Again, guys, this market is incredibly strong.
Thank you.
All right, we're in small at 27. Put one at 26. I might start looking far from moving average trade up here now. This is crazy. We're getting crazy now.
Oh wow, it's really extended.
Yeah. Bump, 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 bump. So we'll have a 4-point stop on this. 30 is our stop. And then we'll look for the far from moving average trade if we get it. We have like a 90 RSI now, guys.
Where's the real prices?
Bump, 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 bump,
You want to sell and then
bump, 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 bump.
so ask me a question. And
All right, because this went against us, guys. If we get one to break even at 26, we'll take it.
yeah, showing the high
See what happens from there. If
want to jump on here to grab all
there's not much of a pullback at all.
None.
0.0.
So once you grab them,
Strong like bull.
right, it's going to be the stock that you're looking for. Equity, but
Old Wall Street called the melt up.
That's what we're doing right now. That's why I like just doing the MES as small in the morning. All right, we are flat. Now let's look for a far from moving average trade. Let's go to the 1 minute. Yeah, I just gave it to you around 60, 30, 50. But again, when we're this stretched out for this long, the far from moving average trade isn't going to work. So let's take a chill pill, relax. Do you remember? Melt up. Yeah, everybody just relax. We look at the 5 minute, we are extremely stretch-a-rundoed. So we'll try it again small if we get a red bar. Let's try it small. Let's stick to the MESs. $37 is the 1 hour. Okay. We'll try a little bit for the far from moving average. If we get a red bar here. We'll keep everything small. You see how it's not giving any pullback whatsoever yet? Do you remember? Now we'll try to far from moving average if we get it small up here. Again, keep it small, tight stops. Just not getting any, no red bar yet. So everyone just take a chill pill. If we go to the 5 minute, guys, okay, you see how the RSI is staying up here this long? So just take a chili. Still hasn't thrown in a green bar. I mean, a red bar at all. Oh, sorry, guys. Now gave it to you a little around 31. So if you got in at 31, I wouldn't give it more than a point because we are strong like bull. Keep it tight. Yeah, keep it tight. This market is incredibly strong. Relax. We are not getting any pullbacks. All right. 31 just gave you a couple of points. I have a break-even stop now. Let's go back to the 5-minute. Let's get a bid out, guys, at 18. I mean, you got 2 points out of this so far. That is it. Ba-bum, ba-bum, ba. 63.18 on the buy side. If we got a pullback. Yeah, you got 2 points. That's it. Well, we have 63.44, guys and girls. That is our pivot point. We will be all over that. Let's put it out just in case. Yeah, have a break-even stop if you're still in it. 44 out. All right, let's get rid of that, get rid of that, and get rid of that, and get rid of that. 63.44 is our pivot point. Now you got the 3.5 points, guys. Bum, 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 bum. 4 points. So the far from moving average really paid off nicely up there. So there it is. Again, go to the 1 minute. Boom. Okay. So any trade that you lost, you got back on that nice far from moving average trade. Boom, chaka laka laka. All right, let's come up on a bid to 1750. Did anyone get the far from moving average trade that time, guys and girls? Sometimes it takes more than once to get it. 1750 on the buy side. Went back to break even, great. 4 points on MES. All right. Usually, at some point during the day, we do see a pullback to one of the trend lines. At some point during the day. We'll see if that happens today. We built this city. Built this city on rock and roll. Again, still extremely strong. Hey, Vish or someone, give me a fib on the upside that we can enter into without it pulling back to the 9 EMA, because we are just extremely strong. David, when you exit a trade due early from a trade, do you get mad? Absolutely not. Next trade. No, we don't get mad. All right, let's see something here. All right, our 23.6 is around 25, which we just pulled back to, right? 25.25. So this is Fibonacci, guys and girls. So we're looking for pullbacks because it's so strong that it might not ever get back to one of our moving averages. And we just hit it. The 23.6 was 25 and gave 4 points off that. So sometimes when we're not going to get a big enough pullback, we will use our Fibonacci's to get into the trade. And that just pulled back perfectly to that. All right. We have our order on the buy side. We have our order on the sell side. Let's see if we can get stretched out again. The number is 44.67. We're going to cheat a little bit and leave it at 44. Anyone has any questions on YouTube, feel free to ask. We'll be with you guys for another half hour, 45 minutes or so. That was the extent of the pivot pullback. Gold, 34.44.48. Let's look at gold. I like it. 33.44.80. Good spot, JR. Let's put out gold. Where's gold? I got the wrong contract. All right, but I like that up there. We got a fib at 44 as well. Good. Perfecto. Let's come up on our bid, guys, to 21. So we're trying to follow this trend line all the way up. See if we can get a decent pullback. At some point. I've rarely seen an entire day go by without getting a pullback down to one of the moving averages. 65 1-hour EMA. There we go. 37.22, guys. 37. How high did we just get? Just got to 34. I like to do a fibby on the long side, quite frankly, because we are strong like bird. Tough to buy it up here, I'll tell you that right now. Right? All right, let's go around the horn. Oil's dead. Gold pulling back. Gold, you could try a little trend trade in gold. It's weird how the market is ripping up and gold is ripping up also. All right, where are we in our spies, guys? 628.50. So let's go back to our daily chart. 628.94 is our 15 EMA. So 629. Guys, remember we were talking this morning about the levels we have to recapture? We're almost there already, right? 629 will recapture our trend line. Pretty cool. And we're just about there. One thing we are not going to do, guys and girls, is blow up accounts. Okay? We lost 4 points on a trade and we made 6 points on too far from moving average trades. So everybody should be slightly green today. Incredibly strong. I mean, you want to try to 37 real quick, Jazz, for a point. I mean, but it just got to 36.25, so I wouldn't bother. Now, let's look at this, everybody. Okay? Look at the RSI now on our 5-minute chart. It is above 80 for the last 20 minutes. No more far from moving average trades. We got a couple of good ones, but once this stays above this RSI for a long period of time, stop looking. Okay? It's not going to work. So let's just wait and see if we can spike up to our 44. And hopefully we get a pullback at some point to get long. Philippe, you had 2 trades, 6 points on the far from moving average trades. Excellent. Excellente. Now, everybody should be a little bit green. Can you make better money in futures than stocks? Well, the thing with the futures is, SoFla, it's we're making a $33 investment to trade futures. That's it. Our investment, a total, is $33 to trade futures. So the risk reward in trading futures is much, 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 much better. Much better. Now you got to take your time. There is no hurry. You're going to start getting a bunch of false breakouts up here now. we're recapturing all the losses almost that we had from the other day, which is pretty cool. Yeah, we're good at 44. We're cheating a little bit. Yes. Music on the radio. Do you remember? Amazing. We haven't had more than a 3 or 4 point pullback. Thus far. So I'll show you guys some of the accounts that I have on Apex. Okay. And how you can start taking money from these things. All right. So right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 PA accounts. That means these are all qualified accounts that I can start taking money out of. So one I have for 9 days, I'm up 7 grand. One I have 6 days, 4 grand. 3 days, 1,000. 3 days, 1,600. 2 days, 1,100. 1 day, 900. So this is an account that I passed 8 days in, and I can take out up to $2,000. And it costs $33 to open this account. So, that's why we like trading futures. The risk reward is much better. It's not costing us a lot of money to get into these things, and we teach you how to get them qualified. Let's bring our bid up, guys, to 25. Doesn't seem likely we're going to get a pullback to a trend line at this point. They're just relentless to the upside. I love it, Jazz. Let's do it. Small. Coming up to 31.50. We have a Fibonacci on the buy side. We'll do it small. So what we're talking about now, guys and girls, is we might not get a pullback all the way to our trend line. So we have a fib level at 31.50. By the way, we teach you guys 3 hours of fibs in our course. And we get a lot of trade-off fibs. Exactly what Rich said, right? Futures allow you to learn how to trade without it costing you a lot of money. That's the bottom line. As I said, you can open up an account with 33 bucks. Everybody who is here, okay, on YouTube, whatever, go and open up a trading account with Apex. It's $33. And again, send me an email. I'll get you guys in for the rest of the week with us, and we'll talk to you about how to set it up and everything. It's 33 bucks. Use account WSGTA. You'll get the best discount. Send me an email, and I'll get you guys in here for the rest of the week with me. Got nothing to lose, guys. Doesn't cost anything. Come hang out with us. Music on the radio. You would just think at some point we're going to get more of a pullback than this, but we're just not. It's crazy. YM. Now, YM, guys, is the Dow Jones Industrial Futures. So Bob said we have a pivot point at 44,197. Well, I have 44,203. So again, when we're looking at our charts, guys and girls, okay, this is our resistance level. It's above. Oh, okay. It's the other one. Yeah. All right. Well, that's the big one, guys. Yeah, 44,197. That's the big kahuna. That would be a resistance level going up above where we are trading. That would be a level to short it. Just like in the ESs now, we are looking for a level to short it at our pivot point, which is 44.60. On YM, 20 to 30 points is your stop. Well, let's look at the ATR. Yeah, I mean, the ATR, we talked about this earlier, guys and girls, is 36 points in the YM. So you got to be prepared to have a 20 or 30 point stop in that. And when you're trading the mini, it's not that much anyway. But that would be your stop. Look at the NQs now. How about this, guys and girls? How about this breakout on the opening and staying long? Right? We are up. That was 23,090, 150 points from your opening breakout. 150 points. Do you remember we built this city? So when we found those far from moving average trades, I wasn't fast enough to do it on here, but I got it on my Apex accounts. I'll show you guys that later. So much for all the fear in the markets. We are not using Hakanashi candles, but I'm not opposed if you find something that works. What do you think about the 65 EMA on a 1 minute time frame? I do not trade on 1 minute time frames unless we get that momentum trade. Just not enough information. But if you look at this, Julian, look at the 1 minute trend. My God, spectacular. So listen, it's worked all day, right? It has not broken the 1 minute trend the entire day. So I can't yell at you for using that today. It's been spectacular. I mean, we've had an 85 RSI now for a half hour. So, you know, I guess the 1 minute chart has worked all morning. $7 points in total, Bull. All right, excellent. On the ESs? Yeah, the too far from moving average trades more than made up for the trade that we lost on. And we were in the MESs. You know, we lost $20 on that trade. 65 EMA or CL pivot point. Let's look. We're coming from 65. I would try to 65 EMA. No, that's good, Bull. 6609. For those of you who are watching on YouTube, okay, we are family, guys and girls. You will see, come into the trading room, hang out with us. We have a little fun too, but we teach. That's the bottom line. We're here to teach people how to do this. You're talking about the 65 EMA on a 1 hour time frame. And what are we looking at? The futures? I mean, we hit it. Check it out, Julian. That was 63.37. Wow. Yeah, I mean, that worked perfectly. Now it went 3 points against. Oh, on oil. Okay. 65 EMA. You're talking on a 1 hour? On a 1 hour chart, Philippe? Gotcha, Roman. No, on a 5 minute, yeah. Yeah, I would short the 65 EMA on a 5 minute chart. Yes. Did we just miss 3150, guys? Fib? I think we just missed that, guys and girls. You got in? I missed it. Ah, tickled. Anyone get 3150? Take some for a quick point. If you got it. Yeah, I didn't get it, you son of a beeswax. All right, good. Break even stop. See if you can get 2 points. Our next level is going to be 2650, guys and girls. 2650. That is the 9 EMA. 63, 26, 50. Very rarely, again, guys and girls, have I seen a day go by where we don't pull back to at least the 9 EMA. You can try Take Profit Trader, Nate. See if that one works. YouTubers, when we finish here, I will send you a link to the room. Okay. There's a whole bunch of them. So now let's see if we can get down to the trend at 26.50. Do you remember who built this city? Built this city on rock and roll. Whoa. Not likely, but let's see. We made a low of 29.50. Stuck in the middle with you. Here I am, stuck in the middle with you. That would be long on a 9 EMA, Henry. Correct. Certainly didn't get stopped out from the 31.50. You're still in it. You got a couple of points on it. So actually, that Fibonacci worked pretty well at 31.50. You know, just gave you 4 points on it. Not too shabalicious. So everybody YouTube, you can see that we're just trading our technical analysis. Do you guys trade long stocks? We trade long stocks and short stocks. Absolutely. I'm going to go through some stocks now and just see if anything is going on that we're interested in doing. Coin. Wow, look at coin. Holy mackerel. So check out coin, guys and girls, for you stock traders. Okay. We hit our previous day low. Look at this. At right around here. Right around 310.55. Freaking thing went up 20 points. Just hit our pivot point at 321, and it's starting to go down off that pivot point. So yeah, that was a beautiful trade in coin on the buy side and the sell side. What's Fig Newton doing? This is the IPO that's gone absolutely crazy, which we said, guys and girls, that this was a disaster waiting to happen. Check this one out. Stock went Friday to $145. Now it's down 50 points. 50 points. Want, want, want. Garbage. I would be interested down at 84 if it goes down another $15. That's the previous week low. It's not shortable, but hood, spike up, spike down, nothing. Spiders are sitting, still acting very, very well. Tesla broke out to the upside, nothing to do there. And I can tell you this, guys and girls, okay? Look at the volume already. Look at the volume. Down and to the right. Down and to the right. It's going to get worse and worse as the day goes on. Jonathan, the platform you're seeing for our charts is Thinkorswim. Okay. So we easily use Thinkorswim or TradingView for our charts. If you can get Thinkorswim in the United States, it costs $0.0. Nothing. Okay. Zero. If you can't get that, you get TradingView. In our course, we walk you through with one button how to set up your charts to look exactly like ours. So I highly recommend Thinkorswim if you can get it. Okay. If not, TradingView. We walk you through how to do both of those things also. So the bottom line was that Fibonacci has now worked for 5 points. Let's put our short back out, 63.44.25. Well, we'll just say 63.44. Boom chakalaka. Oklahoma, where the wind comes running down the rain. Our goal, guys, is, and I'm not saying this in a bad way, especially if you've been struggling. Everybody who's joining us on YouTube, give me a 1 if you're struggling to figure out how to trade. Type in a 1. Everybody precipitate. Yeah, Okla's a beautiful uptrend. See it so flat. So if we pull back to the 9 and 15 EMA, we want to get long some Okla. So the 9 is 76.75. We'd want to buy a little there, and we'd add to it around 76.
Did the SPY pull back, David? I'm out here on Instagram Live, just trying to set
No,
way.
very little. Pulled back to our trend line now in the spiders. And now we have recovered the daily, well, almost there. 630.26 is, we would recover the daily trend line.
Gotcha.
630.26. Might be a little short for a trade, but that will recover the daily trend line now. 630.26. All right, ES is not stopping. Don't stop, can't stop. So if you look, guys and girls, from our Fibonacci that was posted in the room at 31.50, you are now up 10 points on that trade. Boom. So we'll give 44.50 a couple of minutes, see if we can stretch out. It's just a buy on any pullback, right? Our 9 EMA is 30 now. So let's come up to 30 now. Now, we said at some point we're going to pull back to this trend line. We just missed it, but we came close. We're going to come up to 30 on our bid now. And 44, I still like for a few minutes, but keep in mind, okay, when we're looking at something to hit one of our levels, we want it to hit as quickly as possible. We don't want it to meander. The longer it takes to get to one of our levels, the less effective the trade will be, the lower the odds are. So Priya, do you see what we did off that 31.50 fib level? Boom, 10 points. Only went 2 points against you. 10-point trade to the upside. Now, if we can recapture in the SPYs this 629, like 40.50, we basically reversed that entire move. Yeah, if you want to open up a futures account, guys and girls, just use WSGTA. We don't get anything for that. But they're on sale now for 33 bucks. Anyone who is on YouTube, go open up an account and then come hang out in a room with us for the rest of the week.
That's what I was telling them all to do.
Here's my email, guys. Everybody can come hang out for the rest of the week.
The whole point is, ladies and gentlemen, we are trying to give you accessibility to the futures market. We're trying to educate you, and we're trying to get you early in the morning to know what you do. I know a lot of young traders are still confused. How do I start their morning? Right? We have that when we are on Wall Street Global on our coaching and mentoring sessions. Everyone goes, like, what do I do in the morning? I'm kind of confused, right? Well, you now have David live on YouTube teaching you what you do when you sit down at your machine in the morning. That's a huge thing. Somebody needs to be holding your hand so you can get a sense of what you do first thing out of the gate in the morning. So that's why we're doing this. So we're giving you access, we're giving you education, and we're giving you live trading on the opening of the market on Wall Street Global YouTube channel. So stop, guys.
Hey, everybody who was in the boot camp last week, guys. Did we make a couple of banana skins every single day in the boot camp last week? If I'm not mistaken, we had 5 green days in a row, right? In the boot camp. Yeah, it was a great week. So we had our boot camp last week, guys and girls. The boot camp is for anyone who buys our course. We have a boot camp once a month where we go over the entire course live in real time. I have Scotty, who is unbelievable at what he does. Ken, Kevin. We talk for 3 hours about futures. We talk for an entire day about what not to do. We have a day of Fibonacci's. We have 7 hours of options, stocks. We talk about watch lists and scanners. We talk about Fibonacci's, and we just hang out for a whole entire week and go over the entire course live in real time. It's pretty cool. Check it out at WSGTA.com. Yes, we were green Friday. Let me ask you this, private trading room. Is everybody green today? Everybody should be a little green today also. Right? Yes. Good. Again, guys, I am not a big trader at all. Okay. I missed, I don't know, at least half of the trades we do because my concern is everybody in the room. That's all I care about, and teaching people how to do it. All right. So our trend now is up to 31.65. Okay. We'll do it. 31.65. We'll modify up to the 9 EMA. By the way, guys, we walk you through how to set up all your charts. Bull Strike is cooking dinner already. He's done for the day. We walk you through how to set up all your charts so that everything's all together for you guys. And then we just trade with you all day, every day. Boom, chakalaka. We're going to take a break in a minute. I want to fill up my coffee au lait. We'll hang out with you guys for another half hour or so. And then anyone who sent me an email, you'll come into the room for the rest of the week. Let's see how many emails I got. Not many, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Guys, take advantage. 6 of you. 6 of you out of the 83 people who are here want to come in and hang out with us for the rest of the week. That's okay. We teach everything for absolute beginners. Everything. Yes. We are geared towards beginners and people who are struggling.
Dave, can I ask you a quick question?
No.
Your sell on the MES.
I said no.
Sorry.
I'm kidding.
Your sell order on the MES for 63.44. I'm curious why you did that instead of 63.45 when you generally tell us to be more conservative.
Yeah. All right. Give me a break.
Oh, I'm just curious if there was logic behind it or if.
No, I mean, I'll tell you, there was logic behind it when we were all the way down here. So I wanted to cheat a little bit. Right? Now, I want the exact number. And quite frankly, guys, I want this to hit soon. I don't want this to meander up there, right? It's still up 7 points from here. I like the trade, but I want it fairly quickly now. We built this city. I'm just going through all my accounts and canceling orders that I might have left out from earlier this day. It's a good idea, guys. Because I put some bids out early this morning that are still there. So don't want to leave them out and get stuck in anything. There we go. Bottom line, man, this market is strong like bull. Oh, okay, Ed. All good. You are good. You are good. You are good. So, Scotty, we were filming the course last night. By the way, guys and girls, for everybody here, okay, we filmed part 1 of the course last night. It was 3.5 hours long. For those of you who are joining us on YouTube, we are filming a brand new futures course just for futures, for beginners, for advanced, okay? It's probably going to end up being 6 or 7 hours long. It is going to be everything you ever wanted to know about futures. For those of you who already own our course, guys and girls, we are going to replace it with the current futures course that you have. So you're going to get that. And then what we're going to do in addition to that, okay, is offer it as a separate entity for people who just want futures. We're going to offer it at a cheaper price. We're going to include the boot camp. That is for all your YouTubers and everybody else. And all we're going to do is talk about futures. And you'll get a boot camp with that too. Sick. The week of the 25th. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. All right. Let's take a 5-minute break, guys and girls. When I take a break, when you take a break, when anyone takes a break, okay, Boom, boom. Don't ever leave an order out when you are not sitting at your machine. Ever. Oh, SoFla, the course is available right now at WSGTA. But if you just want futures, okay, give us a couple of weeks. And then on our website, you're going to see just the futures course. Yeah, give us a couple of weeks.
Hey, Dave.
Yo, who's this?
Michael. Logging in.
Michael, my favorite. Michael happens to be, guys and girls, my favorite guy in my trading room. Just so you guys know. No, you are.
Thank you.
Before you even start talking, how you been doing, Michael?
I'm doing great, man. Doing great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Everything's
I'm great.
good?
Yeah.
All right, good. Go ahead.
Living life, enjoying this summer. Anyway, I'm trying to log. I just got on late and trying to log on Top Step Trade 08, and I'm getting an error message. Account ID should be specified. Account spec should be specified. I'm logging the same way. I never saw any of these. Yeah.
Scotty, you got an answer to this? If you're here.
Yeah.
I'm here, but I'll be honest, I wasn't listening to your favorite. Say it again, Michael.
That's because it was Michael. All right, guys, we're going to take 5 minutes. Scotty, ask Michael, ask Scotty a question. We'll be back in 5 minutes.
Yeah, great. Thanks. Yeah.
No orders.
What was your question, Michael?
Yeah, Scotty, you're very muffled. Very hard for me to hear you.
I'll try to talk louder. Is that better?
Okay, yeah, that's better. Sure. Yeah, I never saw this before. I log it the same way. Account ID should be specified. Account spec should be specified. I rebooted, went in again, same shit. So, any idea?
Yeah. What platform are you on?
What's that?
What platform are you trading on?
Oh, this is Trade-O-Bait on Top Step.
Account ID is not specified. Let me log in because no, I haven't. Can you log in to your Apex dashboard and look at your account status there for me real quick? The dashboard is the be all.
I'm not on Apex. I'm on Top Step through Trade-O-Bait.
Well, if you're on Top Step through Trade-O-Bait, you have to reach out to their support because they stopped supporting it. So are you on a Trade-O-Bait account that's funded?
Not funded, no.
Okay, so it's a combine with them.
Right.
And you opened the combine likely prior to their rollover to Project X, and there was a window in which they would support you. Did the account get reset in the last week?
No, I don't think anything changed. No.
Yeah, it sounds to me like you have a Top Step account that is not resolving with Trade-O-Bait, and they've been making changes to migrate everyone to Project X. You'll have to go out to their website and use Windy first, the AI support.
Yeah.
And tell Windy exactly what's happening because you're probably not the only one. I'm just out of the Top Step loop and I don't know what changes they've made to their accounts.
Good.
But they can help you.
Will do. All right. Thanks, Scotty.
All right.
Bye.
Let me know what you find out though, so we kind of get collective knowledge. Cool.
Yeah, I will. Thanks.
All right. Thank you, my friend.
Hey, Scotty, I have a question for Trade-O-Bait. Any idea why the DOM, the order ticket, and the chart would not all be linked, even if they were linked by those color-coded circles? Any idea why that would be?
On Trade-O-Bait?
Yes.
And yeah, break the link and relink them. The only reason I can imagine is there's some kind of with just some kind of a browser bug, clear your cache, refresh. This is the thing about Web API, and this is for anybody that can hear me. You are dependent upon cookie traffic when you're not using a professional platform. So if you're using Web API, whether it's Trade-O-Bait, Wealth Charts, whatever, you may have to clear your cache, try a different browser, break the link and relink them because it's not likely a failure on the platform, but it's a failure on your browser. That's more likely the problem. Doesn't mean it's not a platform issue, but you need to clear your local issues first before they'll entertain the support. So break your links, close your browser, clear your cache, do it again, and then you should be fine. But no, I've not run into that on my system. But I'm pretty habitual about rebooting and clearing caches. I don't like storing, follow me tracker data. And so I have to refresh my cookies all the time. That would be my guess without seeing your system.
So that would apply to even the Trade of 8 desktop app?
Depending on how the desktop app performs. To me, Trade of 8's the web API. And if you downloaded the local desktop version, then you have a client-side software talking to a server-side platform. That only introduces more variables. If you're trading on the website, you're talking directly to the server side. If you're trading on a desktop client, okay, and it's called client side. That means you're executing from the client, and the software is sending that to the server. And the difference is you have software sending it to the server versus a web service sending it to the server. But I can't see the back end because I'm not them. And so it just sounds to me like something's out of sync and you just need to reset all your connections. Have you logged off and logged on? The old Microsoft solution, right? But I suspect you're dealing with some connection issue where it's not reading your connection. So I would start with this. Number one, break the links. Choose a different color for all of the links and relink them. See if the problem persists. If it does, clear your cookies, relaunch your browser, see if the problem still exists. If it does, contact the providers because it's on their side. But you have to kind of troubleshoot your way from inside out.
Thank you.
Of course.
All right, guys and girls, I have an announcement, pretty exciting one for you guys who are in the room. Scotty will now be offering private lessons to anybody who would like to sit with Scotty. And you guys know what a resource he is. Just an unbelievable addition to our room. I am so thankful that he is here, along with Mike, along with Kevin, along with Ken. Just incredible, incredible, incredible. So anyone who wants, private message Scotty, send up a time to spend some time with him, okay? He gets paid for his time, but it's like nothing. It's 0.0. So you guys want to get a leg up, spend a little time with Scotty, okay? Post your email too, Scott, just in case people can't figure out how to private message you. Pop your email in there. Yep. SoFla. Look, guys, one of the things that I've done here, okay? Because I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed. But I have surrounded myself with people who are better at what they do than I am. And there is no ego. Okay. I want everybody to do as well as possible. You're going to find out, guys and girls, that nowhere in the world, and I say this with the utmost of confidence, I don't give a crap anything else that's out there. If you become part of our family, you will be in the best spot you have ever been in your entire life if you want to try and figure out how to do this. I don't care if you stay in stocks, futures, options. I do not care what it is, okay? We are family. And for the amount of money we charge people to do this, it's insane, okay? I know people who have spent $10,000, $20,000, $50,000, $1 million, whatever it is, trying to learn how to do this. We have a couple of courses that we offer. It's a few $100s. We offer payment plans. We offer lifetime mentorship. And we're going to have this new futures class done that we're going to charge a very little amount for. That'll come with lifetime mentorship and the boot camp and everything else. I can tell you that I make, well, I'm not going to talk about money, but I'm not doing this to make money because I don't make money doing this. Okay. I take care of a lot of people. Peter takes care of a lot of people. We charge ridiculously low prices. We love to do this. And when I go, hopefully 50 years from now, I hope it's sitting right here. I hope it's sitting right here in this chair and I'm in a winning trade. I'll give somebody else my login so they can get me out of the trade at the end. Yes, SoFla, you got it. It's a process. It's a process. So what I would say, if you just want to learn about futures, wait a couple of weeks. We're going to send, make sure I have your email. then just go to WSGTA.com and you'll see our futures course available there. So bookmark this, have it in there. Right now, we have two options for our courses. Go check them out if you want. Yada, yada, yada. We're not big salesmen here. It is what it is. Oh, how many people in the room are joining us from Wealth Charts this week? I forgot that we invited you guys. Give me some ones if you're joining us from Wealth Charts. There we go. I apologize earlier for saying we should have no visitors here. We should have you guys here. I completely forgot about it. All right, guys, so you can see now that the market is absolutely dead. We are going to say goodbye to YouTube, okay? I have a bunch of emails, all right? Give me 5 minutes, and I'm going to send all you guys who sent me an email the link to the room, okay? You'll hang out for us the rest of the week. Let me post my email one more time in case the late people want to come hang out with us this week. I'll give you a couple minutes to get this down. Okay, here's my email. Boom. I'll give you guys another 2 or 3 minutes. I'm going to do this once a week, guys and girls. Okay, so we'll probably come at you next Monday again. Maybe we'll do it when we have a big news event coming out, unemployment numbers or stuff, so we can see how to do that in real time. All right. So anybody who wants, send me an email. I'll see you guys and give me like 10 minutes. 10 minutes, and you should have a link to the private trading room. Thank everybody on YouTube for being here with us, and we'll see you guys shortly. Let's hope today is the worst trading day that we have, and tomorrow is a better day. I say peace and love, peace and love, peace and love. We are out of here like Vladimir Oberski and Outsky. Thank you, guys.